Hello, I'm the Code Architect, and welcome. Today, we'll master prompt engineering, from basic to advanced techniques.
All right, let's talk about prompt engineering. By the end of our time here, you're going to know exactly how to write instructions that get you precisely what you want from AI. So let's just dive right in. So, have you ever been there? You're using one of these amazing new AI tools, but the results, they just feel a little off, right? You ask for a killer marketing slogan, and you get something that sounds like a nursery rhyme. Or you ask for a simple data summary, and it comes back like a chapter from a novel. Sound familiar?
Well, here's the secret, and it's a game changer. The quality of the AI's output depends almost completely on the quality of your input. So the problem isn't the tool itself, it's how you're using it. And honestly, that's fantastic news, because that is the one thing you have total control over.
Okay, so let's start with the absolute foundation. What exactly is a prompt?
To put it really simply, a prompt is your side of the conversation. It's the set of instructions, the question you're asking, or maybe the context you provide to get the AI to do something for you. And this right here illustrates the idea perfectly. You give it an input, some text, an image, a question, and the AI processes that to generate an output, whether that's an idea, some code, or a detailed report. It's that classic saying, garbage in, garbage out. But the flip side is true too. Quality in, quality out.
I absolutely love this analogy. Your AI is incredibly capable, sure, but it can't read your mind. It takes your words at face value, and that's it. It's not going to guess your intent. It will execute your instructions exactly as you've written them.
So how do we start giving better instructions? Well, we need the right tools for the job. Let's look at 3 fundamental techniques that are going to immediately level up your prompting game.
First up is the one you're probably already using, maybe without even realizing it. It's called zero-shot prompting.
This is the most direct way to do it. You just ask a question, you give a command, and you trust that the AI will use its massive amount of training data to figure out what you want. It's simple, it's fast, and you know what? For straightforward tasks, it's often surprisingly effective.
This is a perfect example. You don't need to show it other poems. You don't have to specify the rhyme scheme or anything. You just give it that high-level task, and the model already knows what a poem is. It knows what the moon is, and it just gets to work.
But what happens if your task is a bit more specific, or maybe it needs a unique format? Well, that's where our next technique, few-shot prompting, comes into play. So now, instead of just telling the AI what to do, you're actually showing it. You provide a couple of examples of the input-output pattern that you want it to follow. It's kind of like giving your assistant a template to work from.
So for instance, you could provide a few question and answer pairs to demonstrate a really specific tone. Let's say formal and professional. Then, when you ask your new question, the AI is going to follow the pattern you've already established. You're basically guiding it toward the right style.
And now for the powerhouse technique. This one is especially for complex problems that require actual reasoning. This is chain of thought prompting, and this is where things get really, really interesting.
So here's the crucial part. You're not just asking for the final answer. You are asking the AI to show its work. By prompting it to think step by step, you're kind of forcing it to break down a problem, identify all the logical steps, and then arrive at a conclusion. What's so cool about this is how it visualizes the whole process. Instead of this big, tangled leap from problem to solution, chain of thought basically unties the knot. It creates a clear, logical path that you can actually follow and double-check. And listen, this is not just some neat trick. It has a massive impact on accuracy. When an AI has to tackle a complex task, like a multi-step math problem, forcing it to reason step by step really helps it avoid making silly logical errors or just jumping to a flawed conclusion. It turns a black box into a transparent process.
Okay, so you have the core techniques down. But mastering prompt engineering, well, that's about more than just knowing the tools. It's about the strategy you use to combine them and refine them. So here are some key strategies to put into practice right away. First, be hyper-specific. Avoid being vague. Instead of write about cars, try something like write about the impact of electric cars on the German auto industry. You can also add constraints, like explain this to a 5th grader or keep the response under 100 words. And always tell it the format you want, whether that's a bulleted list, a table, or even some Python code. And at the end of the day, you should think of this as a continuous cycle. You write a prompt, you analyze the response, and then you refine your prompt based on that feedback. It's an optimization loop.
You're literally tuning your instructions to get the best possible performance out of your AI engine.
So where does all this actually apply? Why does this even matter? Well, this skill is very quickly becoming essential across dozens of industries. I mean, we are seeing it everywhere. From building smarter chatbots that actually understand context, to generating marketing copy, to debugging code, and even creating personalized educational tutors. This is not a niche skill anymore. It's really becoming a new form of literacy.
And that right there, that's the key takeaway. This is all about shifting your mindset from being a passive user of AI to becoming an active director. You are the conductor of the orchestra, guiding this incredibly powerful instrument to create exactly what you envision. So you now have the toolkit. You can move beyond just basic questions and start architecting incredible results. The only question left is, what are you going to guide it to create?
Like, share, and subscribe to my channel for more AI insights. I'm the Code Architect. See you soon.